Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to the Chronicles. I got good news and I have bad news. So this is my signature that I started, and I'm just gonna assume you want the good news first. Good news is we are well on our way to completing the signature in this week, as I promised. So probably by Saturday we should be doing something very low stress, which may be putting the signature together into the junk journal, and I'll show you how to do that really easily. Whether I'm done decorating my signatures or not, that's what we're probably going to do by Saturday. So that's the good news. And now for the bad news. So it's not that bad, don't worry guys. So in the middle here, this was my center page of my signature, and I wanted this really pretty, well, what I consider pretty, it's like an extra crispy page of coffee dyed paper, but it cracked. So I don't know if you can see this right here, but there's a huge hole in the middle, and I mean, I'm going to just do this just so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the page is so brittle that there's really nothing holding it together down the middle. So this is now what I have left. I'm going to still try to preserve this and use it somehow. I just don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out in the coming days. Alright, so that's that. The next thing I want to do is decorate this next page. So we've done this one with this cute little document folder that or document envelope that I added here. This cute little tie, which ties in with the border around the page. And all I did was added a piece of coffee dyed notebook paper, or loose leaf paper, just so that, you know, it's a nice little journaling space. All right, and then I'm placing this back on the edge of this page with a cute little paper clip. All right, so over here, what I've done so far was I took this doily that I cut in half. I used the other half in another project, and I used it as a stencil, and basically I just laid it here on the page. Got my ink dauber in picked raspberry, and I just inked all the way around and got this, and I think that looks great. So some of this may get covered up, and I'm okay with that, but what I really want to show you is this beautiful fabric that I picked up. I don't know where I got this. Might have been Joann's or something, but I thought it looked really cute. It looks kind of like gold gilding paste all over this, you know. It was fairly inexpensive, but I only got this much of it, so probably about quarter of a yard, and you know, however long this is. Okay, so all I did was cut a little piece off. I'm going to use this sparingly, and I just cut off a little section right there, and I'm going to place it on this. This is some graph paper that I inked around and got a little bit of probably stays on ink or something right there. So I'm just going to cover that up with this and do a little faux collaging onto this piece of paper to create a pocket. So I'm going to place this down here at the bottom of the page, and I like my inking above on this paper, so I want that to show all the way around, and I'm just sort of matting this on here in just one section. So this will become a pocket for this page right here. Also, I am going to be brave and stitch this onto here. So I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine and sew this, but I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here in the middle to hold the fabric in place while I sew it. Let's see. And place it right about there. And that'll hold in place. I'm just going to stitch around the edge, right around the edge of the fabric on all 4 sides. And I'll be right back. Okay, and now we have this, and looking, I mean, it went better than I thought it would. Looking back at it, I wish I had done a, maybe a lighter color thread. I just went with black all the way around, so, but I'm okay with that. This will eventually be placed in this corner right here, and I have these cute little die cut butterflies. I'm just going to overlap them on here like so. Okay. I also want to probably put a little bit of, maybe I'll do a couple of little journaling squares, and then you can use that as a tuck. So I'm just going to cut this down into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 lines each. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll ink around the edges so I can place one over here. Let me ink the bottom of this one, and I can place one over here. Let's see. And let's see, what else do I want to put on this page? Maybe I don't know, we'll see. I'm just playing. Oh, I can put this right here. This is a little bit of, what is this, like garland? It's like beaded garland. I'm just going to place that along the edge here. So this is what I will more than likely end up with. And I can use some gold stickles on the corners of this page, of these little journaling squares. So I'll put a little stickle in each corner. Set it aside, let it dry. Okay. And while that's drying, I'll work on putting down my butterflies on this. None of this is planned, guys. I just come up with this on the fly sometimes, so it may or may not work out. So, and I apologize for all the noise in the background. My girls are home today. They are off on, well, they've been on spring break for more than a week now, so it's the longest spring break of my life. And I think they go back to school tomorrow. But yeah, we're about to go to the park, let them get out all of that extra energy that they have. And spring break can't end fast enough. So, okay. Not sure how I'm going to glue this down. I guess I'll just find the twist it. I'll just twist it until I get the flattest section, like the majority of it flat. I'm gonna have to get the beads out of the way. So, alright. Yeah, I think that'll work. And I'm just using Fabrifix glue. Hopefully it'll adhere all of this down to the page with, you know, I think this might be the best quality glue that I have to do this portion of the project. So So, of course, I glued this before I glued this down. So I'm going to set that aside. And seeing that my Fabrifix is ready to go, I'm just going to add a little on 2 of the sides. And I'm also going to, oh, where's my, oh no, can't find my bone folder. I gotta grab one of these really big ones. I'm going to burnish down these stitch marks, these the stitching on here. This way, whatever I tuck into this pocket won't get stuck by the thread. Okay. So I'm just going to place that right here in this corner. All right. Now I can put my beaded garland directly on top of it. And I'm just going to hold all of that in place until it dries. So let's see. Again, I'm usually shocked when I, create something. I'm like, oh, that worked. Sometimes it's just all a surprise to me too. Like, oh, I guess that worked out. Let me put my pin back into my glue. And I'm going to set this aside, let it dry for now. All right, let's go back to a previous page, this pocket right here. And I know I said I was going to do something really cute on the side here. I just have to individually pluck off these diamonds. I'm going to use my jewelry tweezer. And this I can probably use a smaller one than that. Let's see. So I'm just going to put some of the better colors that I know won't clash so much, like this goldish pinky color will probably clash on here. You won't be able to see it that well. And even this yellowy gold color might not work out very well. So I'm just going to go with the blues, the pinks, the purples, and the greens. And, we'll just apply them and see how it goes. Oh my gosh, these are really stuck to this vellum. I wonder if it's all one piece. I never even thought about that. It may just be all one big piece. Alright, so, how do I do this? I may have to get some of that. Oh, I can use this one right here. This blue, pink, purple, and pink. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm just going to cut this straight down here, because I didn't realize that this is all just one big strip that's fully glued together. And I want this much. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. I'm just going to place that on there with a little extra glue. Oh yeah, it is one fully connected piece, and I kind of like this side better, but unfortunately that's the side with the glue on it. So I'm going to use some Fabrifix. Let's see if that works. Okay. And let's see, going this way, I'm just going to use the blue, the gold, the green up to that red right there. Oops, sorry, that was loud. Okay. And I'll just put one little one in that corner. So let's see which one's my favorite. I'll probably go with this purple one down here. So it will go like so. And again, I'm just using a little bit of Fabrifix just to hold that down in place. So now, and I think that's a little wide, I'm going to have to cut away the pink piece. Okay. And it's still a little wide, so I'm going to have to cut away another gemstone right there. Okay. All right. I like this page a lot. This is starting to become one of my favorites. I like it. All right, save that gemstone for later. And I'm gonna put my glue back into my Fabrifix glue. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, so I got my belly band back here, and I have a little tag, a little tuck, and a nice little gold pocket with some beading on it. So that's gonna go there. And let's go back to the page that we have drying. All right, so this is our other pocket. It's a nice little tuck right there with some garland, beading garland on the side. And what am I going to do here? I did say I was going to put some little journaling squares, but I don't think my stickles are dry yet. I would put one right there and put one right here. And that'll give me a nice space to still be able to tuck things behind it. But I want my stickles to dry completely. In the meantime, I think I'm going to put maybe a sheet of music paper behind it. So let me get, okay, so I have this piece here that I started inking. I think this will tie it all together really nicely. And I'll ink the top with my picked raspberry to match the rest of the page. And I'm just going to place this on an angle right in here. And then my two little journaling sections will go on top of that. And I'm gonna put a tab on this top of this that little pocket right here. So let me grab my tab box. These are all my different tabs that I've pre-cut. Pumpkin. I think I'll go with this one. I'm just going to ink this. I'm using walnut stain for the majority of this. I found that Vintage Photo had a bit of an orangey hue and some of it wasn't really matching that well, so I'm just using walnut stain on all of my inked projects besides the color Picked Raspberry. Okay. Just gonna put a little tab right here. Yep, that'll look cute. And I'm gonna use Fabrifix for this again. My Fabrifix is taking its sweet old time to come down. There we go. And I'm just going to place that right on the corner, right there. Yep. And I'm going to put a bunch of glue around the other side. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to find a cute little sentiment to go on this. Let me go find a sentiment for that, and just a moment I will glue this down first. PVA glue in the corners. Oh no, it doesn't want to come out. Moving on to the next glue. We'll put a little bit of art glitter glue in the corners. And this doesn't really matter where it lands. It's just going to be covered up by 2 journaling spaces. So that works. Put my pin back in my art glitter, seeing that it's working for me today. And I will find the pin for my PVA in just a few. Okay, so now we'll have that. Let's see, there's one more thing that I want to do, and I'm probably going to do it on the second half of the journal. So I've already crossed over. So this is my center page right here now. And I went from 10 pages, giving me 40 sheets, to now I have 9 pages. So there's 36 writing spaces, or 36 decorated sheets in this journal. So I don't know if I want this to be my center or if I'm going to work on something else, because I really did like this paper, but I might do something else really special with that. Here is the rest of my journal. This is the remainder signatures. So this may become my centerpiece, it may not, but I can always just flip the pages around and put something else in the middle. So this now becomes the back half of the journal, which is great because I need to get to decorating that other half. So let's just take a break there. Again, this is where my journaling squares will eventually go once my stickles are dry. I just don't want to risk messing them up. And that's what this page will look like. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave you here for now. I'll probably be back this afternoon to work on some more pages, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Have a crafty day, folks. Talk to you later. Bye.